Hi everyone, this is Jen. I hope everybody's good. I'm here with another video, and I'm like they won't leave me alone. I wanted to postpone it and do it tomorrow, but no, they won't leave me alone. So here I am with a video on DNA healing. Apparently, this knowledge is not shared enough. And again, I'm going to talk about my experience only. I don't claim to have the absolute truth. What I'm talking about is stuff that I've been through, stuff that I read, stuff that I research. So I'm going to talk about DNA healing and Schumann resonances, which are two amazing, awesome things. DNA healing, also called cellular healing. Okay, I'm never good with this word, so please bear with me. Cellular healing, sorry, it's actually healing of your cells. It's going down to your cell memory to not necessarily identify, you don't need to identify the root of it, but to heal it, to replace the old energy, negative energy, pain, trauma, and all that with new ones. So this is deep level work, like very, very deep. I've I don't think you can start with this level. In my case, it happened like after I've reached a certain level of healing, of emotional energy healing and mental healing, that I was able to access this DNA healing. So basically, it's like every cell has a memory, right? And as you go in life, going through your traumas and all that, this memories get stuck in the cell. So until you release it, the healing cannot happen on this level. So that can translate into physical pain or disease or injuries that won't heal. It's exactly the same thing, the same principle as in sports with muscle memory. You know, a golfer, the golf swing is purely muscle memory. Same thing with a tennis player. When a tennis player goes and serves, it's purely muscle memory because it's such an impulse, um, an explosion of energy that nobody has time to think that fast. So the way to think fast is actually using your subconscious mind, your intuition, and your um, memories, because those paths are already embedded in your body, in your nervous system, and the only thing you have to do is activate it, and then it's done. But of course, to get to that point, it takes a lot of practice. For a golfer to have a wonderful, beautiful swing, mind you, I don't golf, but you know, the weight transfer, the hitting the ball at the right time, looking at the right place with your elbow at the right place, and all that stuff. That's all cellular memories or muscle memories. So that's what DNA healing is all about. It's actually like the cells are being renewed with new healing energies so you can release what is no longer serving you and what is weighing you down, what is bringing you down. It's actually a very beautiful process. There are three ways of activating your DNA healing, one of them being by yourself, the second one being through Schumann Resonances, and I'm going to explain them very shortly. And the third one being if you surround yourself with highly, highly conscious people. And not just a one-time meditation thing, but a regular thing. If you're surrounded with highly conscious people, it will most likely activate by itself through time. In my case, I was able to activate it by myself through my own research, through my own work, my own energy work, and my own energy healing. I realized before it was explained to me, I realized that that's what it was. That's where I was at. And then, you know how we say when the student is ready, the master appears? When I reached that point, I started finding all this information. About the Schumann resonances, this is an awesome thing. Schumann, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name the right way, is a scientist. And in, if my memory is good, 1956, I believe, he started measuring the Earth frequencies. His full name, by the way, is Winfried Otto Schumann. So he started measuring the Earth frequencies in certain Earth cavities using special instruments. So basically measuring the Earth waves or vibrations or frequencies according to certain layers in the atmosphere. And don't ask me the name of the layers, I don't remember. Like I do, but I don't want to risk saying them. And according to the planets, the movements of the planets. So this is actually, sorry, that was my cat. It's actually linked with astrology. Until I discovered this, I've always thought that astrology was very esoteric, but now it makes sense. Like that's actually a practical way of explaining it. Sorry, it's kind of late. I'm a bit tired. So those frequencies are basically audio frequencies. They're measured in hertz, just like in audio, just like a sound, just like any music. And they are extremely low frequencies, so they cannot be heard. Like they're so low that we don't hear them. Like the fundamental frequency is 7.83 hertz. Yeah, 7.83 hertz. And through time, like for example, last January 2017, at the end, we've reached peaks like we've never reached before in the 20s and in the 30 hertz. Still too low for us to hear it because we start hearing or feeling at 40 hertz. Like very few people will hear the 40 hertz. They will mainly just feel it. Animals, though, they do feel those frequencies. That's how they know a storm is coming. That's how they know a tsunami is coming, because they feel those frequencies changing. And it's also, this is so amazing, it is also what it means to be grounded. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard about grounding yourself. But what does it really mean? I've always been told, and never resonated with it, I've always been told that I needed to picture roots at the bottom of my feet reaching down to the center of the earth. The image is good. Like in reality, yes, it's good, but it never did anything for me. It never changed anything. It never made me feel connected to the earth more until I understood those Schumann resonances. To be grounded, in fact, is to be aligned with those frequencies. I'm not saying that you need to vibrate at the same frequencies, because going up in consciousness means that you're vibrating higher. Aligning with those frequencies is just clearing yourself so you can be in alignment, in harmony with them. And it's been proven that as those frequencies rise up, it affects humans and animals too, on the physical level and on the consciousness level. It has a direct impact on consciousness level. As we get through peaks, consciousness levels rise up. And a lot of people, a lot of empaths, or even non-empaths will feel, you know how sometimes you feel like, oh, you're like anxious or restless or antsy? It's most probably because the frequencies are changing on that day. Like we're still in the new moon phase right now. There's a energetic shift going on, the frequencies are changing. They are. So that's what it is. And it's all related. It's all to show how we are all one. All one. And we have to be in harmony to be able to feel all of this the way it's supposed to be felt, which is actually a beautiful thing. So, being conscious of those frequencies and how Mother Earth has her own frequency, and aligning with all of that, will help you tap into your DNA healing. I'm sorry, I really have a hard time speaking. I'm really sorry. It will really help you tap into that DNA healing. And like I said before, it's a memory process that needs to be released, just like muscle memory, just like for those of you who are familiar with physical healing, the fascias of our bodies are full of those memories, full of them. And I believe, I may be wrong here, but I believe that if through a physical treatment something is not healing or something is always coming back, it's because those memories haven't been flushed. And it's actually an alchemical process. It needs to be released. Like in my case, it was through physical treatments that I could access those levels, because I could not do it on my own. There were too many blocks. And as I was getting physical treatments, I would get emotional release and then DNA healing, not the other way around. Like for more than 2 decades, doctors have been so much into all that psychosomatic stuff, how you need to use your head to heal. I've been told that like 20 years ago. If you've been watching my other videos, you know by now that I have a back injury. And 20 years ago or so, I was introduced to the psychosomatic stuff. Doctors would tell me, your back is not healing because you have emotional issues. That's why you're not healing. Part of it was true, but part of it wasn't true, because my back injury happened after a fall. So part of it was totally physical, and it was the actual DNA healing that was not getting activated. When they told me about the psychosomatic stuff, it was my first time hearing that word, so I started researching it. And I didn't agree with a lot of it, but, I told myself, I'll take a chance on it and take a look at it deeper. And it brought me to some healing, but my back pain was still there. My physical was still there. So I needed to search some more to understand all these things. And there's not too many information out there. Like there's a lot of information about like the frequencies, the healing frequencies, which is totally awesome, by the way, because it's a direct access to your subconscious, and subconscious work, whether it's really through the subconscious or through energy work, it's actually amazing because your ego is not getting in the way. In my opinion, it's the best way to heal. And there are 3 main healing frequencies. Some people will call them angel frequencies. Apparently, the music that we hear in heaven. I say apparently because I haven't been in heaven, so I don't know if it's true. But those frequencies being 432 hertz, 396 hertz, and I'm forgetting the other one, 526 hertz. Is that correct? 528. So 528, 433, 396 hertz. Still low frequencies, but we can hear these ones. Humans can hear these tones. So if you look on YouTube and do a search on those frequencies, you're going to see a bunch of meditation videos on that. I like them. I vibrate to them. I resonate with them. My body responds to them. Why? Because that's a portal. Do I want to use that word? A gate. That's actually a gate to DNA healing. You cannot, on a mental level, say, I want to access my cells. I want to access my cells' memory to heal. Sure, you can say that to prepare your body for it, but it's not going to happen like that. The extra step is using these tones or doing physical work that will let you access those levels, because it's really deep and it's a beautiful release and relief. It's kind of like when you're really angry and you punch into a pillow, or you break a plate, or you go boxing, or you go running, and you know that feeling you get after? I feel better. That's the kind. So if you feel that you've been healing a lot on different levels, mental, emotional, and all, but you still feel uneasy and you don't know what it is, DNA healing might really help you. That's probably the reason why. It's actually a block in your energy that is still there, but it's a different kind of energy. I find that people are talking energy, and chakras, but it's not all there is. Everything, in my vision, in my opinion, needs to work in harmony together to reach that level of being healed. And until you're there, I mean, it's because there's a different kind of energy that needs to be healed. Like for many years, I've been told by many people, work on your energy. Yes, that's what I was doing. I was seeing energy healers and it still didn't work. That's because it was DNA healing. And for example, if you're a physical healer yourself, if you're a physiotherapist, acupuncturist, or osteopath, you will get that. Let's say you're treating a tissue, whatever fascia you're treating, and that tissue doesn't want to move. The thing to do is to motivate yourself or your client, whoever you're treating, to say positive affirmation, to get involved in the treatment. When physical treatments don't work, it's because the therapist is not involved energetically or because the patient is not involved. It's a combination of the two people that will make the healing happen. If you're doing this by yourself at home, for example, and you're not trying to heal a physical injury of some sort, but you're just wanting to do DNA healing, well, not just, because it's actually a very huge thing. Use binaural beats and meditation to access those. You're going to be able to access it with your higher self through meditation, through letting go and release. And yes, there will be a release of energy. There will be either anger, crying, whatnot. You know, it could be positive energy as well, but most of the time, since we're talking about healing, it's going to be something painful. And it may come with images. In my case, it comes with a lot of images. A lot. Like it's crazy how the brain will retain like so many information. Crazy. In my case, like for a teeny tiny piece of healing, I would get like 2 or 3 visions about it, of stuff that happened to me in my past. And not only the vision, but the feeling that I had when I went through this. And then having these two things combined together would make the DNA healing happen. It's really powerful. And sometimes it would carry on for a few days after, a little session of DNA healing. Because at one point in my life, I would meditate every day using these tones, using these frequencies. I believe that some crystals as well may have those properties, but I wouldn't be able to tell you which ones. So yeah, I meditated for a lot of days using these tones and these tones. Yeah, these tones. these healing tones, and it would carry on for days. Like I could feel the movement in my body, the energy actually moving in my cells getting better. And again, when you do this, drinking a lot of water is very important because a lot of toxins are being released. And eating very well is also very important because it will support your body in renewing those cells and energy. Okay, I think this is done. They're not telling me anything else. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching. Reach out if you want to talk about it. I would actually love to find some people to talk about this. My email is on my channel info, and I look forward to talk to you. Or if you just want to chat, well, please go ahead and send me an email. Until the next time, blessings. Ciao, ciao.